What's up everybody, it's Man of Low Moral Fiber here. My name's Luke, and in this video I will be killing the dragons at overpower level 8 using Etech sniper rifles, namely the Malawan Railer in both Fire and Shock. I'll use the Fire one for Helianth, Brood, and Boost, and then the Shock one for Incinerator at the very end of the fight. I did pre-stat Critical Ascension for this fight because I wanted to see just how Etech sniper rifles could actually fare against these dragons. Now, I had mistakenly thought for some reason that, like Pete, the dragons could not be critical hit with an Etech weapon, but that's not the case. You actually can go ahead and crit the dragons with Etech sniper rifles, and that's, pretty good. I don't know if any Etech weapon is actually incapable of critting Pete, but I do know for a fact that any Etech sniper rifle is definitely incapable of critting Pete. And for some reason I had thought that was the case with the dragons as well, but as you can see it is not the case. We went down to Helianth there, but because I had pre-stacked I had a ton of DPS, and we were able to gain a second wind off what is actually the healthiest dragon. Now we have what is effectively the weakest dragon on the ground. If it is slagged, Brood can be taken out pretty easily. Unfortunately I do go down here, and I have to get a second wind off of Brood. I probably could have grabbed one easier off one of those baby dragons that she spit. However, I wanted to go ahead and get the second wind off Brood. I was eventually able to score a second wind from a down state there, and it allowed me to get a second wind once I had got that critical hit. Now I tried to bring Boost down here, but it was unsuccessful. The dragons are a very glitchy raid boss, and it oftentimes really affects my enjoyment of fighting them because, you can have a good run ruined by just foolish AI. And that's a real shame. Here's where you really see one of the faults of Etech sniper rifles. I ran out of ammo there before I was actually able to kill Boost. And that's a real shame because now Boost is going to end up coming down a second time and leveling up Incinerator for a second time. Now, that's partially because of the AI glitch that happened where Boost only touched down on the stage and then went up in the air again. When the dragons do that, they will only spend a very brief amount of time on the ground once they do fully land. And that's definitely a very bad thing to happen with Boost because it levels up the other dragons when it lands. I go down again, but I was able to get another second wind off Boost. So we've gotten a second wind off every big dragon so far, and one of the little dragons. I'm going to go ahead and take out this little dragon now because I know that all I have left is Incinerator, and Incinerator will be very unlikely to kill me just on his own with no outside interference. I'm wearing a blockade shield, which isn't, the most defensive shield in the game. I remember much preferring the Hoplite when it was still a viable option because you still had health left before overpower levels came out. Now, at overpower levels, the blockade's still a decent shield. It's not as tanky as I'd like it to be, but it's enough to get by Incinerator pretty easily, even without a fire resistance. So we're going to go ahead and finish him off now. I use all TDOR parts on my blockade. I'm just going for the lowest recharge delay possible. I know a lot of people prefer all Hyperion parts to give a good mix of capacity, recharge rate, and recharge delay. But like I said, I was just going for minimal recharge delay. So anyways guys, I do thank you very much for watching. I had long since ignored requests to kill a raid boss with an Etech sniper rifle just because I thought it wouldn't happen or I couldn't crit the dragons for some reason. But turns out you are able to crit the dragons, so if for some reason you desired to kill the dragons raid boss using an Etech sniper rifle, you can actually make that happen. I'm going to show you my gear and skill build real quick. If you haven't, please take the time to subscribe. I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, I do hope to catch you next time. Bye, guys. Obviously, thanks for watching as well.